All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. My name is Aaron. Of course, the reason that you subscribe is because on a daily basis, we break down everything going on in the cryptocurrency space. In today's video, this is one that you do not want to miss. We are going to go over everything going on in the NFT space. I want to talk about Ripple. I want to talk about XRP. I'm going to share with you a video from the co-founder of Chainlink. If you are a Chainlink fan, or if you want to get more educated on what Chainlink is, make sure you stay tuned for this video. And of course, I want to talk about everything going on in the Ethereum DeFi space. Now, before we get to all that, let's start big picture. Let's talk cryptocurrency big picture. Let's check in on the price of Ethereum, the price of Bitcoin. But again, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Stay updated, guys. This is the year that you want to be paying attention to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and cryptocurrency. Taking a look at the price of Bitcoin right now, consolidating off its high, which was about 65,000 almost, still below that at 52,000. Is this bullish? Is this bearish? I'd argue that this is incredibly bullish consolidation for Bitcoin because one, it's consolidating near the highs, and two, Bitcoin has been pretty much going up since November of last year. I mean, it almost got parabolic at a certain point. So the fact that Bitcoin is taking some time consolidating, spending some time around these price levels, I think the next leg up is just going to be that much more sustainable. And it actually reminds me of last cycle. We saw this multiple times. See here? Now, something else that we saw last cycle is right before the higher highs, the night is always darkest before the dawn. We saw this, the final shakeout before the eventual higher highs. So be prepared. That could happen here as well. It doesn't have to happen, but just be prepared. Maybe Bitcoin goes down to low 40s, high 30s. I don't think that's probable, but it's possible, and I would certainly be a buyer. But if Bitcoin just would have kept rallying up to 100,000, even just 80, 90,000, I would have thought, damn, this is moving up too high, too fast. Maybe it might correct 80% in the short to midterm. But because we're spending time here, it makes me that much more confident when Bitcoin eventually breaks above. And I am confident. Bitcoin is so bullish right now. Let's talk about Ethereum. Ethereum made another all-time high today, just earlier, about 2,800. For the past few days, it's just been coiling up, making higher and higher highs. Right now, a little bit off it though, 2,700. Switching to the day chart, we can obviously see that Ethereum is in a bull trend versus USD. But going to the ETH Bitcoin pair, which those of us who've been in the space for more than a cycle, I would say, always judge our altcoin gains based on Bitcoin, because it's just a fact that over longer periods of time, like 3-4 years, past any given cycle, Bitcoin, gains value and altcoins lose value. They go to zero versus Bitcoin. Just big picture, generally speaking, 99% of altcoins. Not to say that you don't have the right altcoins, but let's just be realistic about it. Anyways, the Ethereum Bitcoin pair is actually at 0.05, something that hasn't been achieved since over 2 years ago. So, I think ETH is bullish. We go over that all the time. I try and reason why, even from a non-fundamental point of view, just looking at the metrics and just judging the narrative in general. ETH is bullish, and I'm going to actually show you a quote from JP Morgan on ETH in just a little bit. But also, and I'm speaking more towards the new people now, let's talk about Bitcoin dominance at the moment. Bitcoin dominance still under 15% or 50%. ETH is at 15%. And really, the most interesting thing is that it just seems like Bitcoin dominance has just been flushing downwards for the past few months. And in my opinion, it's the crappiest of the crap coins that have been pumping the hardest. So I say that not to say this is going to happen tomorrow. It might not happen for 3 months, 6 months, a year. At a certain point, and this tends to always happen, Bitcoin dominance will reverse trends, start shooting up. Bitcoin's price will start shooting up. It'll rally even higher, and a lot of money will be flushed out of altcoins in general, but especially of the crappiest of the crap altcoins. Now, nobody knows the exact future, and I judge altcoins on an individual basis. There are certain altcoins that I'm more bullish on than others, ETH being one of those. for many reasons. There are now over 4 million ETH locked in Ethereum 2.0. In brief, the total amount of ETH locked in the Ethereum 2.0 deposit contract has exceeded 4 million. This is 8 times more than what is required to initially deploy the Phase 0, the beacon chain of ETH 2.0, which was deployed a few months ago. Now we're 8 times greater than that. So to me, this, I have 2 takeaways. Number 1, trust in the ETH 2.0 deposit contract continues to increase. And number 2, ETH that's locked up in this smart contract takes ETH supply off the market in that they can't sell it if it's staked in this contract. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what ETH 2.0 is, in brief, ETH 2.0 is an ambitious multi-year upgrade plan that aims to switch the Ethereum blockchain from its current proof of work consensus algorithm to a proof of stake one. This will significantly reduce the network's energy consumption and hardware requirements, potentially resulting in lower transaction fees, which are currently skyrocketing, and higher throughput. Now, before ETH 2.0 fully gets rolled out, it's a year away at least, and anything can happen. But let's just say we get to a point where ETH 2.0 is finalized, and I think what we'll see is way more people choosing, especially retail, choosing to lock up their ETH in the deposit contract and earn interest. More people will choose ETH 2.0 than not, and that is just going to continue to take ETH supply off the market. From retail, ETH supply will be taken off the market through a bunch of DeFi protocols. I point this out all the time. There's plenty of ETH that's getting locked in DeFi. Not all DeFi protocols, but a lot of them, and that continues to increase. Plus, with EIP 1559 coming up, I think there's plenty of reason to be bullish on ETH over the next 18 months. Anyway, the news is this. DeFi NFT booms send MetaMask past 5 million active users. MetaMask is reporting 500% user growth over the last 6 months. If you don't know, MetaMask is this little fox up here. It's a great way to interact with everything in the Ethereum ecosystem. You can link your hard wallets to MetaMask if you want, or just use the MetaMask hot wallet. In brief, MetaMask is an Ethereum wallet that helps people access blockchain applications. Its growth from 1 million active users in October to 5 million this month is definitely an achievement. And, again, maybe you like ETH, maybe you don't like ETH. The metrics that continue to trend up are undeniable. So the trend is your friend, and we like to follow trends. Finally, on ETH, be prepared for this narrative to grow. This is from JP Morgan. I'm not saying they're the end-all be-all of, to look for with your crypto opinions. If anything, I think we know a lot more than JP Morgan, but this is the narrative that's developing. Bitcoin is more of a crypto commodity than a currency and competes with gold as a store of value, whereas ETH is the backbone of the crypto native economy. To the extent that owning a share of this potential activity is more valuable, ETH should outperform Bitcoin over the long run. Now, whether this is true or not, this narrative is going to grow. ETH will be speculated on, and let's move forward. Let's talk about Chainlink. I thought this was a really interesting video, or podcast rather, from the co-founder of Chainlink, Sergey Nazarov. As we know, Chainlink in the bear market was one of the few coins to continuously outperform Bitcoin for years, and although it hasn't outperformed Bitcoin since summer of last year, it is still one of the gems of this cycle. It is an oracle blockchain, right? Well, not exactly. Did you know that Chainlink does not have its own blockchain? In fact, it's blockchain agnostic. It can fit with ETH, Polkadot, Cardano, Bitcoin, whatever. Chainlink is a decentralized oracle network that provides real-world data to smart contracts on the blockchain. So it's an oracle network that connects blockchains to other data inputs. So let's talk about this. In this clip, you are going to hear Sergey Nazarov talk about not having a blockchain, instead being an oracle network, how it connects off-chain inputs, or as he refers to them, definitive truths, to the blockchain, using the Link token as payment, and he ultimately concludes that this is a better system than what we have now, which is just some guy in an IT office, plugging in the data. Listen to this.
We don't have a blockchain. There is no Chainlink blockchain. What there is many, many oracle networks, right? So there's an oracle network for each individual piece of definitive truth. And then as users come and use that definitive truth, they each individually pay a small fee that's contributed to a shared pool to sustain the creation of that one individual piece of definitive truth. We're approaching now hundreds of Oracle networks. And then we're probably going far beyond that pretty quickly. In any case, the nature of Oracle networks is that they are spun up to solve specific problems, right? They're getting spun up to solve a specific problem about a specific piece of data, a specific data source, a specific answer to one piece of definitive truth, such as, what is the Bitcoin to USD price? What is the weather in a specific geographic location? What is the location of a certain collection of goods? And then they deliver that piece of definitive truth to a smart contract on one blockchain or multiple blockchains. And then that piece of definitive truth goes on to trigger those contracts. And the triggering of those contracts by that definitive truth is what gives them that reliability, which enables more and more value to be put into their control. Because the alternative is that, somebody in some IT department somewhere controls that contract, which is the way the world works now.
Finishing up today's video, two more things. Number one, Ripple, according to the CEO of SBI, Ripple wants to go public if and when they settle with the SEC. The largest outside Ripple shareholder believes that the XRP-related firm will go public shortly after settling its lawsuit with the SEC, if and when that happens. In my opinion, stop trying to make XRP happen. It's only been 9 years with zero bank adoption and now a lawsuit. It's not gonna happen. But if we start seeing bank after bank start adopting the XRP token, if we start to see a trend in the other direction, I'll gladly reverse my opinion. My opinion is just based on really the trends and the facts. And yeah. Finally, a little NFT news. Kurt Cobain of the popular 90s grunge band Nirvana, their final photo shoot to be released and sold as NFTs. Photographer Jesse Froman's iconic shots will be tokenized as crypto collectibles, including a single, full 104-image collection. Now, Kurt Cobain, unfortunately, no longer with us. If you're a fan of Nirvana, if you know about Kurt Cobain, I think we can agree. Tokenizing his image and selling it is exactly what he would have wanted. Just kidding. All right, guys, that is it for me today. My name is Aaron at Altcoin Daily. I will see you tomorrow.